here on my channel, Helping Rain. Today is just going to be a really quick story time about the first time that I ever sort of, I guess, lucid dreamed, astral projected and this time it was by accident. Actually, every time that I've done it has been by accident, but I'll just get into the story. This day I was studying the Hermit card because I'd pulled that card for my card of the day, and I was researching it a lot, I guess, studying it a lot, really when I say studying it, it's like I research it a bit and I mull over it a lot in my mind. And then I went into doing a meditation and I put on some music. I don't remember what music now. It was likely I'll search on YouTube 432 hertz music. So I highly recommend for like long meditations, or if you want to try to astral project or lucid dream, to use music. I often use 432 hertz because I find it is a really good vibration, and I can't remember the technical reasons why that's good. I just find it is good and it's proven so in practice, you know. So anyway, as I was saying, I had no intentions set when I was doing this meditation, and maybe I should have had some intentions set because then I would have been more prepared for the fact that I was about to have my first ever out-of-body experience. I don't know whether this is what you call an astral projection or a lucid dream, but I was 100% in another realm and I was physically there. Like, there's a definite difference between remembering a dream and having this experience where your physical being is somewhere, you know, somewhere else, and you're so aware of it. You're fully consciously aware, you know, and you're in your hands, you're in your body. Always I find that I'm in my body, I see through my eyes, but at the same time I have my observing perspective. It's always on this right side of me, and it observes from like a few feet above my head, and I can see the situation from there as well as through my eyes. So I wake up and, well, you know, I just realised that I'm somewhere. I wasn't awake out of bed or anything. I realised I was in this like little house, and I don't know if you've ever seen like those little sort of mud round houses, like hermit style houses, and they are very similar, I guess, to, I don't know, they're round. It was like a round stone or mud house. Yeah, a very small, like hermit house, I guess, like hobbit house or whatever. But I didn't think this is the hermit's house or anything. I was just like, oh, I'm here, and I was like picking up the rubble from the fireplace, and it was like this place was like pretty wrecked, like it wasn't really like livable, you know. The fireplace was all fallen down into rubble, so I was picking up the bits of rubble, and I remember, like, you know, it was because it's so real, it's so like, you know, because also at the same time I'm like, oh my god, like in my mind, you know, I'm like, I'm here, like, where am I? And you know, where have I, you know, what have I projected into? It could be a future life, it could be this other realm, I don't know, like, but I'm going with it, you know, because I want to find out. And also, it's the first time I'd ever done anything like this, so it's not like I could, you know, I didn't know what to do but go with it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I decided to continue picking up the rubble that I was, and I went to take it outside. It's like I knew that I needed to take it outside. I knew like I was here, and I knew I was alone. Like I felt alone, like also because I guess I couldn't see from that higher perspective anyone else in the room with me. And I remember I was wearing like my stable jacket, this brown jacket that I have that I wear in the winter at the stables. So I take the rubble outside and then I go out like a round, like Hobbit kind of style door of this round house, and I see outside, I look outside and it's just fields, like healed fields, kind of similar to the Teletubbies but more realistic, less perfect and fake looking. But it's just hills and land and no other houses. So at this point I realise like I'm really alone, but outside the houses there's like some piles of logs, you know, like just stuff that obviously belonged to the house. Like, so then when I turn to go back in, and I'm feeling pretty peaceful because I feel like I'm alone, and then also I'm like, oh, it's like there's nothing else around here, you know. So I turn to go back into the house, so I open the door to the house, and suddenly there's a really tall man standing in the middle of the roundhouse just staring at me, and he had like long dark hair, maybe some grey in it, not a lot, like a bushy beard. I'm pretty sure he had blue eyes, like dirty kind of tan skin, like sort of, I guess kind of like he had wellies on, and like maybe like a wax like jacket, like, you know, just like sort of like grubby but land clothing, like clothing you'd wear if you're like working and living on the land. And this obviously, it shocked the hell out of me. I'll show you a picture now of what the most similar picture I can get to what this guy looked like. I'll pop it up on the screen now. And as you can imagine, this scared the crap out of me, so much so that it woke me up out of my vision, out of my lucid dream or my astral projection, and I woke up, but I had this knowing, like, oh my god, like when he looked me in the eye, it was so intense, like so intense, like, and it was this, he knew I was coming there. He realised that I didn't know why I was there and who he was. It's like I had this telepathic understanding of that, like before I woke up. Just before I woke up, you know, I could see that he was like, oh no, she doesn't know who I am, and it's almost like he knew, like, oh god, I've shocked her, and I realised, like, when I woke up after a while, not straight away, because straight away I was like, what the hell just happened, like, oh my god, like, I'm here, that I was there, what the hell, but after a while I realised, when I went back to doing my card work later that day, I realised, like, oh my god, that was the Hermit. I met the Hermit, and oh my god, I just wish so badly that I'd stayed and I'd spoke with him, because I know that I'd gone to visit the Hermit and that I was probably going to be able to find out a lot from his perspective, from that archetype, like to meet that archetype, you know? Yeah, like I've not been back to meet him. I would love to go have another astral or projection or lucid dream and go back to meeting the Hermit. That would be really cool. I know that this isn't like overly exciting and you're probably thinking, oh, I thought like something more would have happened. Like literally it felt like no longer than a minute or two, but this was my first ever time doing this, and to be honest, like the other time wasn't much longer either, so I've only ever been out of body for what feels like very short periods of time. I have a lot of very vivid dreams, but it's something definitely different when I'm physically there. It's like it's definitely different. You know, I'm pretty sure it is astral projection. It could be lucid dreaming. I don't really understand what the difference is between those, but it is when your physical body... I keep saying physical body, but I obviously mean my conscious mind. and it's like the knowing, that I'm here. It's not like in the dream you're fully there, aren't you? You're fully invested in being in that realm, you know? It's like your conscious mind is turned off, but this is when my conscious mind is there. My conscious mind is aware that, and you physically feel yourself there. It's so interesting, and I definitely want to have more experiences like that, so definitely let me know down below if you've had any similar experiences with astral projection, lucid dreaming. Let me know if you want me to share my other experience, which was probably way more crazy than this. My other experience was really quite scary, and there was a very specific way that happened for me. So I do feel like both times I used music. So music definitely does help if you do want to go out of body, like certain spiritual musics that vibrate at a certain hertz. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you want me to share the other astral projection that I had. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.